What up guys, Gozen here for Anime Uproar, and today we have a video that you guys kept suggesting ever since our first video, which was every quirk in Class 1A explained. I'm not even joking, we literally received multiple requests for this one on every My Hero Academia video we put out. Well, we heard you guys loud and clear, and today we are finally going to go through everything you need to know about the students of Class 1B and their quirks. Now obviously we have less information about this class than Class 1A, the class with all of our main characters, but at the very least, thanks to the My Hero Academia data book, we know the name of everyone's quirk and can use the existing knowledge from the anime and manga to fill in most of the details. If you haven't already, be sure to subscribe for more My Hero Academia videos like this one. There will not be any major spoilers in this video, so you don't need to worry about that. Now if you're psyched and ready to go, United States of smash that like button and let's do this. First up we have Nato Monoma. His quirk is called Copy and the quirk type is Transform. Nato's power is the ditto of quirks in the world of My Hero Academia. He just needs to make contact with his target, and as the name suggests, he can copy their quirk and use it for himself. Once he copies someone's quirk, he seems to know how to activate and utilize every quirk, even if he has no experience with it. This may have something to do with his intelligence, which is an impressive 5 out of 5 according to the data book. I am really curious to see how well he could use One for All if he ever copied it from Midoriya, because we know how hard Deku has worked to control his own quirk. Nato can copy multiple quirks at once, which is of course an amazing power, but it's not without its limitations. Obviously, making contact with your opponent in the first place is not always going to be the easy thing to do, especially if the opponent is knowledgeable and wary of his copying quirk. However, when collaboration is possible, Nato does always have the option of copying the quirks of his allies. It is also important to note that each copied quirk can only be used for 5 minutes after contact, and then Nato will lose access to it unless he makes contact once more. Also, although he can copy multiple quirks at the same time, he cannot use the quirks simultaneously. Imagine if he just copied Todoroki's quirk, Ira's quirk, and Eraserhead's quirk and used them at the same time. Now that would be insane. Anyways, we have seen him successfully copy the following quirks: Explosion, Hardening, Scales, and Solid Air. Next we have Juzo Honenuki, whose quirk is called Softness. The quirk type is Emitter and it is classified as a long-range quirk. Pretty much, Yuzo's quirk allows him to soften anything he touches, and we saw him use this quirk to turn the ground into quicksand as a way of immobilizing his opponents. His quirk can also be a very useful defensive weapon, since he can potentially soften the blows of enemy attacks and use it to escape tight spots. It would be hard to keep this guy trapped somewhere if he can just turn the walls into quicksand. It has also been pointed out that his appearance resembles that of Eren Yeager's Titan in Attack on Titan. Coincidence? Probably. Next we have Tetsu. Did I just say the same name twice? Yes I did. Is redundant? Yes it is. His quirk is called Steel, and its type is Transformation. His quirk lets him turn his entire body into steel. It is strikingly similar to Hardening, and it is also said to be simultaneously the strongest attack and the strongest defense. There is a drawback to his cool Silver Surfer-esque power. If Tetsu uses the quirk for too long, he'll start suffering from iron fatigue. The amount of iron that he consumes in his food appears to affect the hardness and length of his steel transformations. You guys may also like to know that Tetsu loves video games and spinach, and Kohei, the mangaka, loves his design and has said that he wants to draw more of him, so don't be surprised if we see more development for him in the near future. Next up, we have the lovable fan favorite Itsuka Kendo. She is the one that is always apologizing to Class 1A for Nato's insane behavior. Her quirk is called Big Fist, and its type is Transformation. As the name suggests, she does have man hands. She can enlarge her hands to a gigantic size. The quirk allows her to enlarge one hand at a time or both hands simultaneously. Her quirk is very versatile. It comes in handy with hand-to-hand combat. Big Fist also increases her strength, allowing her to grab and carry people in the air. Her hands are so powerful that she can even create a temporary whirlwind using them. Itsuka actually ranked 13th in the first My Hero Academia popularity poll, making her the most popular Class 1B character. According to the mangaka, she is also very popular among his staff, and you may also like to know that she is a big fan of black coffee and motorcycles. Next up we have Hiryu Rin, whose quirk is called Scales. Its quirk type is transformation and it works at close range. The quirk lets him turn his skin to scales, which increases his combat capabilities in terms of defense and offense. He has only been seen to use this power on his arm so far, but it is likely that he can or will eventually be able to cover his whole body in tough scales, kind of like Tetsu can cover his whole body with steel. Like most characters, Hiryu is fittingly named. The kanjis in his name mean scales and flying dragon, so it's possible that Hiryu's quirk is similar to Dragoon hero Ryukyu's quirk, which allows her to turn into a dragon. Perhaps with enough practice, Hiryu will be able to create a larger scale transformation, like the Dragoon heroes. Hiryu is not Japanese, he is a foreign student, but like me, his favorite food is sushi. Next up we have Yosetsu Awase, whose quirk is called Weld. His quirk type is emitter, and it is a close range quirk, since it works on contact. He is able to meld or fuse things together if he is touching both objects. His fusions are not quite as glamorous or epic as Goku and Vegeta's, but they get the job done. When he's not welding things together, Yosetsu likes to play games on his phone. Next up we have Kosei Tsuburaba. His quirk is called Solid Air. Its type is emitter, and his quirk works at close range. His quirk lets Kosei solidify air. Using his breath, he can create a solid wall, but the size is limited by Kosei's lung capacity. It's interesting to note that the solidified wall of air will stay afloat rather than fall to the ground, even if a character is hanging off of it. A drawback is that the walls are not very strong, and characters like Bakugo can break through them with a single punch. However, as he hones his quirk, it is possible that the hardness of Kosei's walls of air will increase. Next up we have the strong-bodied and creepy-headed Kojiro Bondo, and his quirk is called Semidyne. Its type is emitter, and it works at medium range. The quirk lets him shoot a glue-like fluid from the holes in his strange head. He is pretty much a walking, talking tube of glue. Like glue, the liquid that shoots from his head hardens quickly and is useful for trapping opponents. As we've seen, Mina Ashido's acid quirk can counteract it, since the acid dissolves the glue-like substance. Kojiro's quirk also comes in handy for his favorite hobby. He enjoys putting together scale models. Bonus fact, his quirk is actually named after an adhesive that is popular in Japan. Next up we have Yui Kodai. Her quirk is called Size, and the quirk type is Transformation. The quirk lets the possessor change her body size. She has been seen enlarging herself and shrinking down to less than a meter tall. Unlike Mount Lady, who can only grow to one specific size, it seems that Yui's quirk has more flexibility, since she can grow and shrink, and possibly control how big or small she gets. Her name is very appropriate for her quirk, since it contains the kanjis for small and big. I love how even the students' hobbies are usually connected to their quirk, and this is definitely the case for Yui. She loves Matryoshka dolls, or Russian nesting dolls. A Russian nesting doll is a set of wooden dolls of decreasing size placed one inside another. Like the dolls, Yui comes in a variety of sizes. Next up we have Ibara Shiozaki. Her quirk is called Vines and its type is Mutant. It works at medium range. Instead of hair, she grows powerful vines out of her head, which she can use to attack, defend, or grab people or things. Her vines can travel through the ground, and they have considerable reach. Even if the vines are cut off, Ibara can still control them. Also, if someone were to cut off all of the vines, Ibara would be bald. To regrow her head of vines, she'd need to soak her head with water, bathe in sunlight, and just let photosynthesis do its thing. Ibara got a perfect 5 out of 5 score for technique in the official data book, suggesting that her quirk is among the best. Bonus fact, she was originally going to be in class 1A, but the mangaka was not a fan of drawing her hair. Although it looks cool, he found the process to be too painful. Next, we have Nirengeki Shoda. His quirk is called Double Impact, and that's all we really know about his quirk. His last name refers to a palm strike, and his first name means two-hit combo. He also loves to watch boxing. Given this information, it's likely that Nirengeki's quirk is related to physical attack combinations. Perhaps his quirk is similar to Derrieri's power from the 7 Deadly Sins. As long as his attacks aren't interrupted, each consecutive blow might contain additional force compared to the previous one. We can only speculate for now, but that would certainly be a cool quirk. Next up we have Pony Tsunotori. We know that her quirk is called Horn Cannon. We also saw her charging headfirst during the cavalry battle, so her quirk must involve ramming things or opponents with the horns on her head. The cannon in the name of her quirk may refer to the strong force with which she rams her opponents, making it feel as if they were being hit by a cannon blast, or perhaps she can extend or fire her horns at her opponents as if they were cannonballs. Her name includes the kanji for horn and fetch. Just like a real pony, she loves apples, and she is the second confirmed foreigner attending UA. Next we have Reiko Yanagi. We know that her quirk is called Poltergeist, which is defined as a ghost or other supernatural being that is supposedly responsible for physical disturbances such as loud noises or objects being thrown around. Reiko's name includes the kanji for willow, child, and soul. From the information we have available, along with her overall goth-like appearance, we can assume that her powers relate in some way to ghosts and the paranormal. Perhaps she can see dead people and control them to an extent, or perhaps she has a quirk similar to Dark Shadow, except instead of allowing her to host a shadow-like monster, it allows her to host a ghost-like monster. And bonus fact, that Reiko, believe it or not, is actually a surfer chick. She is really into riding those waves. Next up we have Judith Ishida. We know that his quirk is called Beast. Just by looking at him, you can tell that Judith was inspired by Henry Philip McCoy, aka Beast from the X-Men. This is not surprising. You'll see many references to both DC and Marvel comics in My Hero Academia, since Hirokoshi loves Western superheroes, especially Spider-Man. As with the real McCoy, Judith's quirk likely gives him superhuman strength, speed, and endurance. Since he is part animal or beast, he probably has other animal-related powers, such as an enhanced sense of smell. His name includes the kanji for beast, and shishi is a homophone for lion, and like lions, Jurota loves taking naps. Next we have Sen Kaibara. His quirk is called Swiveling, but we don't know much else about it. Sen is a plain-looking dude who likes cameras. The name of his quirk, which means turning around on a point or axis, would suggest that he utilizes turns or spins in combat. Next up we have Shihai Kuroiro. His quirk is called Black. He has one of the most interesting designs. His skin is completely black and his cool white hair hangs over his right eye. His name includes the kanji for black, color, and domination. My guess would be that like Tetsu in his steel form, the black skin is hardened and improves attack and defense. Next up we have Kinoki Komori. Her quirk is called Mushroom. Her name is also a homophone for the Japanese word for mushroom. Not to mention her hairstyle, which makes her look like a human mushroom. Her quirk likely gives Kinoko mushroom-related powers. Mushrooms can be toxic and medicinal, so it is possible that Kinoko can both poison and cure people under the right circumstances with her mushroom-inspired powers. Now I wonder how many times I said the word mushroom. And then we have Togaru Kamakiri. His quirk is called Sharp Blade, and its type appears to be mutant. His design is super cool, and he totally reminds me of Scyther from Pokemon. It is interesting to note that Kamakiri's name is a homophone for praying mantis, which definitely makes sense since he kind of looks like one. I assume that like Scyther, Kamakiri can turn his arms into sharp blades, which he can use to attack his opponents. Perhaps he can even turn other parts of his body into sharp blades, like Mr. One from One Piece. I'll definitely look forward to learning more about this epic looking character. Next up we have Setsuna Tokage. Her quirk is called Autonomy in English, but the literal translation from the Japanese is tail trim. Her last name is a homophone for skink, which is a type of lizard known for its interesting defense mechanism, which involves the dropping and regrowing of its tail. She also likes dinosaurs, which makes sense since Setsuna's quirk seems to give her reptile-like powers. She has very sharp teeth, and she can potentially shed and regrow lost limbs. Her first name includes the kanji for cut, so it's possible that she can use her sharp teeth and nails to bite and cut opponents like a lizard. And last, we have Manga Fukidashi. His quirk is called Comic, and as we know, his first name, Manga, is the name for Japanese comics. Manga's head is a speech bubble. It seems that Manga is more of a joke character than anything else. And surprise, surprise, he even likes to draw. Since he is a joke character, I don't think he'll play a big role in the series, but it would be cool if his power was to bring drawings to life. Kind of like the first episode of Mushishi, where everything a boy draws with his left hand comes to life. I don't know about you, but I personally think that would be one of the coolest quirks in the world of My Hero Academia. But anyways guys, there it is, everything we know about Class 1B and their quirks. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, especially those of you who kept suggesting it. Obviously, we don't know as much about Class 1B as we do about Class 1A, but even if we don't know exactly what each quirk does, it's fun to speculate. Let me know if you guys have anything to add to the discussion or any interesting theories about Class 1B and their quirks. And if you did enjoy the video, make sure to Detroit smash that like button. And if you haven't already, subscribe for more My Hero Academia videos. And until next time, see you, Space Cowboys.